welcome to another tutorial. This time I'm doing acrylic paints, and while they are usually a bit messy and I prefer watercolor paints, this one's not so bad. I found this online. I call this rose swirls because we're going to be swirling using something, not a brush. And we are doing different colors. I will explain the materials in just a moment, but I thought I would do a spring thing because spring is here and the colors in this season are just so beautiful. So I'm going to try to get a few paint tutorials in before spring is over. All right, this would be a nice gift if you want to do it on a canvas. I did two. You'll see I actually had so much paint on this, I scooped some of it off and made another one. These are on canvases if you want to make a gift, perhaps for Mother's Day, Father's Day, a favorite aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, or somebody that takes care of you, or just somebody that you really like or love. Do it on a canvas, then it's a gift that they can put on their wall. If you want to do it on multimedia paper, that's okay too. That can be framed if it's beautiful and somebody really wants to frame it. So stand by, I will tell you the materials that you need to use, and let's have fun with this. It's just swirling, but it's a lot of paint in order to get some texture look on these roses. Can you see how thick that is? That means it's going to take a while to dry. So make sure you have a place where you can leave it for probably a couple of days. All right, let's get ready to swirl. Okay, so I have all my materials here. I have my 8x10 canvas. I have 4 Q-tips to do the swirling of the paints to make the roses. I have one brush that I'll be using for the leaves, hiding here. I have my teaspoon. I'm not going to use this, but you guys are, because I have tubes, then I can just squeeze a little bit of color out of them. If you're using a large container, such as my white one here, you will have to probably use a little spoon to get a blob onto your canvas. All right, I also have one water glass here. That's more for my brush. And I have newspaper here and a cloth. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my red. You will get a spoon, maybe half a teaspoonful of a red paint, and make 2 fairly large blobs. I'm going to put one there and maybe one down here. Then I'm going to take my pink and I'm going to make 4 small blots around the outside of that red. Just small ones, or at least smaller than the red one you made. Then I'm going to take my white and I'm going to do 2 blots around the red. Just small ones as well. One, and don't worry if you overlap and get them on top of each other, they're all going to mix together nicely. Is that beautiful? No? Good, because it's not supposed to be. Okay, next we're going to get our dark blue. We're going to put 2 large blue blobs. Maybe one there, one there. After that, get your red again. Put it on top of the blue. Also a fairly large blob. And then get your light blue. And we're going to put 1 medium-sized blob on top of that red. Okay, coolio so far? Now get your orange and yellow ready. First, we're going to put on 2 fairly large blobs of orange. And there. And then 1 medium blob of yellow on top of that. That's a pretty big orange, so I am just going to move some of that to my other one over. Okay, now we are going to begin our creating the rose look of these blobs. Take one of your Q-tips. We're going to start with our first pink, red, and yellow, or pink, red, and white rose. And I'm just going to take my Q-tip in the middle and swirl gently. I want to get some white in the middle and some pink, and then kind of spread it around and around and around. Try to bring that white out too. But do it gently. We don't want to make a mess. We want to see these really cool colors. Okay, and yeah, it's going to be thicker in the middle. It's got some texture to it. Take that and go with the next one down here. And I think I put more white in this one, so it will look a little different. It's kind of cool. And when you swirl gently, you can see how they kind of look like roses. I like that one. I'm going to take some of this white and put it up here. All right, just put that aside for now. I have a little plastic lid here. You can just put it on your paper or whatever. Take your next Q-tip. We're going to do the same thing with the blue and the red here, starting gently in the middle, going around and around. You can always go back into the middle and pick up some more paint. And go to the next one. Get the blue. This one is almost too dark. I might want to put some more red in there later. Okay, and then we're putting that one aside as well. Get your next Q-tip and let's go into the yellow and orange and do the same thing. Now I'm going to put a little more red inside my blue, and I'm going to put a little bit more yellow into my oranges. Just make sure you still have those individual swirly looks, because that's what rose petals look like. They look like swirls. All right, now we're going to take our red and we're going to put 3 fairly small, maybe medium-sized dots in other areas where you see a white spot. No, not the restaurant. So there's my red. I'm going to put a medium purple on top of that. Oh, and actually we can use our previously red and pink and white one to go in and swirl that around. And I'm making these ones a little bit smaller. Now the last one we're going to do is do 3 small pink blobs. Now I want to get a much lighter pink. You may have a light pink, but I don't. So I'm going to use this kind of lavender, a light purpley one. And I'm just going to put some small ones in the center, and we're not going to double this one up at all. It's just going to be a single color. And that's what you're going to use your last Q-tip for. And just spin that around. A little bit over here. The thicker your paint, the longer it'll take to dry. So I have my pink and red ones here and my blue and red. Those are going to take a long time to dry. Oh, I picked up a little of this, but I kind of like it. Now I'm just playing. So you don't have to copy me here, but I'm just trying to spread my color out a little bit more. It's super thick. Okay, one thing I want to do is put a little bit of pale blue, light blue in the middle of my dark blue ones again, just to get some more. It kind of got swallowed up with the red. I'm going to put a little blob in the center. Go back to my Q-tip with the red and the blue and just swirl that a little bit. We're not blending it right in. I do want to see the light blue. All right, so there's our roses. So now we're going to do our petals, and you can put a little bit of green onto either your newspaper, your paper towel, or if you have a little palette. And I'm going to dip into my green, and I'm just going to make things that look like leaves. They don't even have to be exactly looking like leaves. We just want that green in there. Remember, your roses are still very wet, so try not to get any of the paint from the roses onto your brush. And there you have it. There's our swirly roses. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to check out some other paint tutorials or coloring tutorials, check out my YouTube channel, Yayla Productions. Bye!